Again, it's Sylvie the Irish Scrapper here, back with another tutorial. I am so excited. I received a present of some Inktense pencils which I've been wanting forever for my son for my birthday on Tuesday. And I'm very excited to share with you what these Inktense pencils can do. They're absolutely amazing. I think they're the best pencils on the market. I was lucky enough to get a set of 36, and the Inktense pencils are numbered from number 1 right across to 36, so if you get them mixed up it's very easy to put them back in order, and they're all lined up in colour combination. So you've got your, your lights together, then your pinks together, and your burgundies and dark browns and so on across the whole range. To demonstrate my Inktense pencils, I'm going to use a card that is made of watercolour paper, because I thought I don't want to waste these, they're so precious to me. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate, I suppose, the versatility of the Inktense pencils. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use some water brushes that I bought in Cork Art Supplies. So these are a set of 2 here. These are the Prima ones, and the set of 2 with 2 different size brush nibs cost $10.85, and the other one is a Durant one, which is the same company that makes the Inktense pencils, and this one has a very fine tip which I really wanted, and that cost $7.99 from Cork Art Supplies. So what I'm going to do on this card is I'm going to make a watercolour background using the Inktense pencils. And already I've prepared my topper because I don't want you to waste the pencils, as I said. So I am going to put this topper in the middle, and then I'll have a card. I won't even put a sentiment on it because let's see who'll get it, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out colours from the range that kind of match the colours of the topper that I've already made. So, okay, let's take out my water brushes. One of them, actually, I filled the reservoir. They open up like this, and you just put them under the tap and fill it with water. And the other one, I put a tiny drop of water in and then kind of emptied it out. So the top of the fine nib is actually damp, and this one I can make as wet as I like. So without further ado, let's have a look at the Inktense pencils. I'm going to demonstrate them in 2 ways. Now I'm going to pick up this colour here and just put it onto the watercolour paper like this. So it's going on dry. The next one, I'm going to take a bluish colour, and I'm going to put that down here. And in the middle, I'm going to take one of the yellowish colours, so maybe I will go with this one right here. And then there's a hue of pink, so I'm going to go with one of the, I suppose, the lighter lilac-y shades, and put this in here. Now, if I take the water brush that has the water in it and squeeze until the water starts to flow, and you'll see how intense the colour becomes. Isn't that amazing? The water really activates the pigment, and it comes alive on the page. See here? Now the fantastic thing about the Inktense pencil is once it's dry, it's actually permanent. Once it's wet, you can move it about, but the minute you let this ink dry, it's permanent. But the great thing about Inktense is then you can go back in and get depth and layering. So you can see I've mixed a yellow with the blue here, and it's given me a lovely shade of green. And this is a very quick and simple background for any card. Now, the other thing about the Inktense is, if I'm not happy with what I have there, I can actually go to the pencil itself and rub on the nib of the pencil like that and bring the colour onto the paper. And you can't contaminate the nibs of these because water will just wash off whatever colour you're putting on. So again, here I'm mixing the blue with the yellow and coming out with a nice shade of green. And with these pencils also, I like this background. It's a wash. Let's face it, it's just a very simple wash. But what you can do is you can go in then and pick up some colours. I'll take a nice, maybe vibrant red. I'm going to wet my brush, pick up plenty of the pigment off the pen, and then I'm simply going to spatter it. And you can see here that there's spatters of pigment landing on my paper to give the speckled effect. And I'm going to do that with several colours just to bring in the colours that I've used already. So I'll go for my blue. And if you want to clean your brush, you simply get a piece of paper. Use the back of my note jotter here. Do that, and then your brush is clean. Pick up the next colour, and I'm gone for the blue. Actually, look, isn't that amazing? I'm just literally touching the brush and it's spattering itself. I mean, this is all new to me, guys. I just wanted these Inktense pencils so badly, and already on my first demo with them, I'm so pleased. So that's a lovely background in literally seconds with the Inktense pencils. Now I do plan on making further tutorials demonstrating other techniques with the Inktense pencils, but this is a basic one showing you the intensity of the colour. Now what I'm going to do is, obviously, ideally, we would be letting this dry. I'm taking a topper that was made very simply from layering squares. I did a black, a brown, a gold, a black. Then I put some Inktense pencils on this, and I used this particular stamp and literally stamped it in Memento Rich Cocoa ink on top of it. Now what I will say is I have done my research for Inktense pencils, and I have found that the person who's offering the best value for Inktense pencils here at the moment is Cork Art Supplies. Every other store is selling them, they're retailing at $24.99. Cork Art Supplies at the moment have them at fantastic value at $19.99, which is saving you €5, and that's a big saving. I will put a link here that will bring you directly to Cork Art Supplies online store, and you can take a look. But here we go, that's a finished card. It literally took seconds to do the background wash, and I think, you know, if you play about with these Inktense pencils, you will come up with some wonderful stuff. I'll be back with Inktense pencils again very shortly.